I was talking about Jeff Okudah and how, it's challenging talking about a guy who's injured now. And now you definitely most likely have no idea what he's ever going to be. But I see all of these tweets today from our friends in the business. And look, they were at practice. I cannot say that I was ever at a Lions practice this year where I had the ability to watch Jeff Okudah.
Yeah.
But I've seen more tweets today about what great of a camp Jeff Okudah had. Braylon, I watched the game every time. I don't know what they were watching. Maybe it was because the Lions receivers are so bad.
Right.
I mean, maybe that's why. But every time Jeff Okudah played in the preseason, he was at least getting torched once a game. At least. And then Deebo Samuel yesterday drops 187 on him.
Yeah, Jeff
Not exclusively him, but you get the picture.
Yeah, but he had some plays on him. He made a lot of plays on him as well. Like, you want to see a guy, Jeff Okudah, that we drafted in the third with the third pick overall 3 years ago. You want him to be the guy. Like, he needs to be the guy. He needs to step up. Deebo Samuel, South Carolina guy. I love him as a player, but it's not like we're talking about Mike Evans drop 189 on you, Jeff Okudah. We're not talking about, and the list goes on of great wide receivers that at the top of the game. DeAndre Hopkins, he didn't drop 189. It's Deebo Samuel.
And not only about the 189 yards, but
it was the ease that he did it with.
How about this? I think this is one of the most telling stats as well. Kyle Shanahan, one of the best play callers in the National Football League, you'd say. Kyle Shanahan attacked him 12 times.
Yeah.
Like, he went after Jeff Okudah yesterday. Deebo Samuel had 12 targets.
So you know what happens with that is you can watch film. We watch film all week before games, and offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, they watch the film and they make game plans based on where they see the chinks in the armor or where the weak spots are. And they knew that coming into the game. They attacked Deebo Samuel because they looked at it. They looked at the film. They said, "Hey, I mean not Deebo Samuel." They attacked Jeff Okudah. They knew he was the weak link. They knew that he wasn't as good as he should be at the number 3 pick overall. They went after, like, that's what you do. You like, hey, you know what? We got one. We got one today.
We're going after this guy.
We got one.
And again, it's really unfortunate that we're probably never going to get a chance to see Jeff Okudah reach his potential at all.
Maybe not, though. I mean,
and who knows about it being done in a Lions uniform. I will say this from my own 2 eyes, and I am not a scout. I am not an expert.
You know some stuff,
I am just a regular guy who watches football.
Don't sell yourself short.
Jeff Okudah has never shown me anything through 2 seasons in the National Football League that proves to me that he can be not only a Pro Bowl, forget about that,
but a legit number 1 in the starter.
A legit starter in the NFL, somebody you can count on back there. I mean, I just don't see it.
And the crazy thing about it is, you aren't wrong, Ryan Ermanni. And because when you draft someone 3rd overall, and they're
know a little something about being drafted 3rd overall, by the way.
I was 3rd overall. But when you draft someone that high in the draft, and this is year 3, I think this is year 3 for him, correct?
Yeah.
Like what you want,
two.
Year 2. But even still, if you're 3rd pick, you want to see something that, I see it. I get it. Like, you want to see plays. You want to see moments where you're like, I get it. I see number 3 draft pick overall. I see it. It just needs to be consistent. To your point, I haven't seen it.
Right.
Like, we haven't seen it. It's almost like, once again, dang, Detroit, yet again, another draft pick in top 12 picks, and here we are.
It just feels like a waste of a draft pick right now as you're trying to rebuild and try to come up with some sort of playmakers, players that can sustain some sort of a foundation with this program here in the Detroit Lions.
I'll give you an example. I wasn't a big fan of the T.J. Hockenson pick when we drafted T.J. 3 years ago. But when you watch T.J., I see it.
Elite.
I still don't know if I would have drafted him that high.
He's elite.
But I see it. He is elite. Like, he can block. He can catch. He can run routes. Like, he's almost like Travis Kelce, but I also can block. But I see that. Man, with Okudah, you're like,
he's elite. And I'll tell you another thing, as on the positive side of this whole thing, Penei Sewell yesterday, what he did against Nick Bosa was spectacular.
Yeah.
Outside of 1 or 2 plays, maybe, definitely 1, but he had Bosa frustrated all game.
Yeah.
Penei Sewell got to start at left tackle, his natural position. We have seen him on the right side all preseason long. Weren't very impressed with him. Was one of the Lions' lowest graded players in the preseason on the right side. He comes in and fills in for Taylor Decker, who's on IR with a finger injury. And Braylon, this kid looked like a stud, an absolute stud, going up against Nick Bosa, one of the best defenders in all of the
100%.
National Football League.
Yeah, it was literally a part two to the Oregon-Ohio State game on Saturday. Like, it was a part two. Oregon dominated. Like, Penei dominated Nick Bosa. He kept him frustrated, kept his hand. He had great hand placement. And we talked about this on Thursday. This might be a good thing that happened with Taylor Decker going out, Penei moving over to left tackle, which is his natural position. Man, that boy looked comfortable. Maz, you still think it was the wrong pick?
I said I don't mind if he becomes an All-Pro and goes in the Hall of Fame. I just wanted the quarterback.
Yeah. What did you think about what he was able to do against Nick Bosa, who's one of the premier pass rushers in the NFL?
Nick Bosa complimented him. He said that's where he belongs. He belongs on the left side. They shouldn't have probably messed around, but they got Taylor Decker. They just paid him a boatload of money, and that's what they do. That's being a Detroit Lion. But like you said, maybe the tides have turned finally. Maybe the Lions might have caught a break that Taylor Decker might have got injured, and that injury helped Penei go to where he's supposed to be.
I like Taylor Decker, but I don't consider him to be an elite left tackle in this league.
He's not. He's a good left tackle.
Yeah, he's a good left tackle.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if when Taylor Decker comes back off PUP, physically unable to perform, when he comes off that list and he comes back, I would be surprised if Dan Campbell didn't move him to right tackle. I would be surprised.
He's a veteran. Wouldn't it be easier for him?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Than telling a rookie
he's a veteran
that hasn't
in this
played
league
in a year.
And you saw the success that Penei was able to have against a premier rusher. If I'm Dan Campbell, I'm like, hey, look, Taylor, we're paying you. I get it. You got to go to right tackle.
Well, we're paying you a left tackle salary. Would you mind moving over to the right side for us?
But
that's what I'm saying. Like if you're Taylor Decker and you're in a free agent year trying to get a contract, hell no, I'm not moving to the right side.
He's already
But you
paid.
already got paid that left tackle money.
Not to mention, he was also the one that we showed the clip last week. Anything that works for us to win, whatever has to happen for us to win, whatever I have to do or someone else has to do. He said that. Yeah. So if you're a man of your word, then move your butt over to right tackle and let's kick some butt.
That's a really great point, Braylon. I'm telling you, I did not consider that, but it's just further proof of what this team is trying to do in terms of changing a culture. What are you willing to do? Leave the I out of it. Leave the me out of it. Where's the we? And that's where it could come into to effect, because I'm telling you guys, I know it's only one game, but there is reason to be excited about Penei Sewell on that left side. It's not like he went up against some bag of donuts there at defensive end. This is one of the top 5 defensive players in the game, I think.
And that's why I want to echo the point that I told you, like, I
don't think that's an overstatement either.
Bosa got home once.
Yeah.
Right? That's it.
Yeah, once. And that's why I'm saying I want to echo that point so you don't feel bad about being too high on the Lions after, one game. The Lions did a good thing yesterday. Like they played to the end. Like, they rushed when they were supposed to rush. They made plays when they were supposed to make plays. Jared Goff was a leader. He took off. Penei Sewell showed you what he could do. He showed you why he was drafted so high. The Lions did a good thing, and I want to capitalize on that momentum. I'm excited and I'm happy for them. But now, what comes next? Like, how do you perform next week on Monday Night Football?
There's no doubt about that, Braylon. And it almost feels like you get a do-over, right? Because every team in the NFC North lost yesterday.
Man.
One of the guys to help him do that, Matthew Stafford. They beat the Bears. We'll talk about Stafford's debut.
Some lost worse than others.
Look around the NFC North. Ermanni and Edwards.
On the bottom line. Woodward Sports with my boy Maz.